Hey guys, welcome back to Survival Society, hanging out here on the server and the team speak, well, sort of. Bringing you today another mod tutorial. So, as requested by a player of ours, they asked could I do a tutorial on, or a showcase on logistics pipes so they understand it a little bit better. So here I am, going to do this tutorial now of what I know from my logistics pipes history. So I'm showing this now, so it should be pretty cool. So hopefully this is helpful to you. If it is, great. If it's not, please text me in game and I will show you personally in game. Okay, so first there are four main blocks, sorry, that you need to know about. One major block that you need at all times in order to work your system, okay? And then the other three are kind of, if you want them, pretty handy type blocks, okay? So, the one that you really need is the logistics power junction. Without this, your system will not work regardless if you have anything put into it, okay? So, it will not work if you do not have that. That provides power to the logistics because in a update past their ages, logistics was introduced into power systems and it was to work with power, which made it a little bit harder to use logistics and it made it more challenging for the actual users of logistics. So it's a great add-on to the mod. So yeah. Now logistics used to be an add-on to Buildcraft. Primarily, it used to be just an add-on. You had to have Buildcraft in your mod pack in order to have this mod in. But recently, in a couple of updates ago, it became its own standalone mod. You know, you can have it in your mod pack or whatnot on its own without having or requiring Buildcraft, which is pretty cool. So it's become a standalone mod, and that's pretty cool. Alright, so let's get started. So here we have the logistics request table, which I'll be showing you how to use this in a little bit. So the logistics request table is, is basically a crafting table that shows you your inventory, and it also shows you your logistics system. So this is the GUI for it. Basically, it shows you the crafting chest's actual inventory, right? Then it shows you your inventory and your hotbar. Then it shows you your logistics system, okay? And then basically you can take and request stuff and it'll pop into this inventory here. I would think anyway, I don't think it pops out. I would say it pops in there, yeah. And you can basically do all this. It's basically a straight up hand crafting table that the logistics pipes will craft for you. I'll show you how to use it in a bit. Next one is the soldering station. The soldering station, excuse that, that is my headset going off. I'm just going to plug in the charger because I don't want me being cut off mid-sentence. So 2 minutes. Right, okay, sorry about that. Now, we have the soldering station, which is basically used to make these glasses. Sorry, these things. The logistics HUD glasses, they're pretty cool. They're used for quick and easy adjustments to your logistics system if you're near them, which I'll show you how to use them in a bit. But yeah, you craft them basically in this, and I'll show you how to use that in a bit. Alright, okay, so I'll show you the two crafting recipes for these. So the crafting recipe for the logistics request table is 2 stone bricks, a crafting table, a crafting logistics pipe Mark II, right? A request logistics pipe Mark II, a hopper, 2 redstone diamond chipsets, and a chest, and a piece of iron inside of the soldering station. So you need this to actually craft that, which is simple enough. And the crafting recipe for the soldering station is 6 iron, 1 redstone, and a crafting table. Okay, so hopefully that is pretty cool. And if you do end up using this, I would recommend logistics pipes. It is a really cool mod. It's nice and it's, you know, it's challenging if you don't know how to use it at first. Alright, so the power junction is this. So you have 6 iron, 1 redstone block, and 2 pieces of redstone. And you get the logistics power station. Now, I don't know if it works off of EU. I'll tell you there now if it does. I'll just get a cable and not connect it. It does, but I don't know if it actually provides. Well, if it connects, I would assume that it does. Yeah, look, here it is. If you open up the actual thing, it says MJ, right, equals 5 logistics power. So, yeah, there you go. And it works off MJ, EU, and RF. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Then you got the recipe of that. So next is the logistics crafting table. Now this is used in twine with the logistics crafting pipe, which is basically used for auto crafting. From, like, if you know the applied energistics mod, which I did a spotlight or a tutorial on a couple of weeks ago, that basically uses auto crafting with the giant assembly chamber. This uses it sort of as well with this item. So this is basically an assembly chamber for logistics pipe, but it only allows you to craft one item unless you want to keep on changing the item. But yeah. Right, so it is a crafting table, 4 wood, a stone gear, and a piece of iron chest. Okay. I'll show you the stone gear because I haven't done buildcraft. The stone gear is basically cobblestone around a wooden gear like so, and the wooden gear is basically sticks in that shape. And it doesn't matter what sticks you use, any sticks will work. Don't trust that one. That is a stick, that is not an iron helmet. And I don't know if bamboo work. I haven't tried that. Or river cane. I don't know if that works either. But yeah. Okay. So moving on, we have the logistics HUD glasses, which this is how you craft them. So you need a logistics HUD bow, 2 of those, logistics HUD glass, 2 of those, and then the logistics nose bridge, which give you the glasses. So 2 diamonds for the HUD bridge, 2 diamonds and a diamond chipset. For the glass, it's 7 redstone, 1 piece of glass, and a diamond chipset. And for the bow, it is 3 diamonds and a diamond chipset. Okay, and then you just shove that in with 1 piece of iron, and it creates the glasses, which I will show you in a bit. So I'll keep that in my inventory because I will actually show you that in a moment. Right, so now you got the understanding of the blocks, you got the little glasses that shows you the applied energistics stuff, and all the different like things, which I'll show you how it works as I said in a minute. Now you come to the modules and the upgrades of the pipes. And the pipes, they work on a standalone themselves for some certain ones, but other ones require modules to put in so that they understand what they're actually doing, and so they can actually interpret what you want them to do and what you want the system to do in turn. Now some of these are pretty confusing if you're new, but other ones are pretty easy. So you start off plainly by making the blank module. The blank module has nothing, no traits whatsoever until you give it a trait. And giving it a trait is creating one of these other modules. Now you make the blank module via 2 paper, 2 redstone, and a gold ingot. Right, so you basically use this to create all the other modules. If you don't have this, you can't create the other modules, right? And I will tell you here and now, these modules, take it and hit it hard on dye, on your dye supply. So if you do not have enough dye, I would recommend that you go out, before you even start this mod, go out and find red rose, go out and find bones, kill a load of skeletons, find yellow, all that sort of stuff. Just get those 2 main ones and you can convert those into all the other ones. Okay, so I will bound by that you need dye. Okay, so the first frame that you'll find yourself making, which is this one here in front of me, is the item sync module. Now there's different variations of it for all different types, but I'll show you them. They're pretty cool. Alright, so the item sync, basically what it is you can put this in one of that long tower there is a chassis pipe. It allows you to combine different pipes traits into one pipe, saving you space using the modules. But you can put this into that pipe and basically tell the piping system, right, anything that is in this item sync, which I'll show you in a sec, I want it coming here. Okay, so this is basically telling the system, right, anything that I have been pre-formatted to understand, I want it to come to me. Okay, so you can set that for that, or you can set it for basically if you don't want it to pull anything, but you just want it to pull everything. Right? If you don't want it to pull a certain item, but you want it to pull everything, then you can just set that in the item sync. So it's pretty cool. You can tell the piping system, right, I don't care what it is, I want everything that doesn't have a place to be sorted to come to me. So if you say, if you have stone and you have cobbles to go into a chest, but you don't have string and feathers, you can tell it, right, I want the string and the feathers to come to me, but I want the cobblestone and all that to go there. Because it won't know what to do with cobblestone because it's not being pre-formatted to that, but it's been pre-formatted to accept feathers and string, and that's without actually putting them in there, because there's an option in the item sync module that allows you to pre-format them. Okay, so I'll just show you the rest of these and I'll explain them quickly what they do. Right, so this one is the mod-based item sync. Right, the mod-based item sync is pretty cool. It's a universal one. You can tell it to accept Minecraft items, or you can tell it to accept a different type of mod. All you have to do is you basically open the GUI of it, you put in one item that coexists in a mod. Let's just say terminal expansion. You open up, you put in, say, an energy conduit into the little slot, you say to it add, and it'll put in the words terminal expansion. And then anything that flows through the system that has the word or is from the mod terminal expansion in it, it will go to that chest primarily and first. Right? Now, this can be sometimes very annoying, sometimes it can be absolutely brilliant, because some people that I know that use logistics pipes want to keep all their metals in one chest, like myself. I want to keep one sort of type of item in one chest, so I know where everything is and I know where it is. And I know how to get it easily. It's there for me, I can get it easily, there's no hassles with it. Alright, but with the item sync mod item sync, sorry, say you have copper, silver, and tin, right? That is from terminal expansion. So the terminal expansion mod or mod item sync will tell that metal to go to it first, therefore dividing it from the actual metals chest, which is very irritating because then I have to go off to the terminal expansion whenever I want copper, tin, or silver, or whatever. And everything, all my iron and gold will be in the metals because that's where I tell it to go. Now I could also, do the item sync module and say, put these here first, but that doesn't always work. Because, you might take too much of one item and you might empty the chest of that item, then when you put it back into the system, it'll go into the terminal expansion mod. But anyway, I'm ranting on. Okay, so that is basically that. You can basically put in items into the item sync and you can say, right, anything from that mod, I want it to come here. And you can set as many as you want into that item sync. Right? You don't have to confine it to one mod. It's not pre-formatted so that it can only accept one type of mod. You can put in as many as you want into that one mod. Right? So the next one up is the OR directory item sync. So there's an OR directory in the game, right, where it basically looks at all the ORs and it says, right, are you in my OR directory? Are you part of this? Basically, this looks at that, and it's just like the mod-based item sync. It will pull any ORs to it primarily at first before it goes anywhere else. That's pretty cool. You can tell it, right, I want copper to go here, iron to go here, all that stuff, and you can tell it exactly what you want it to do. All right. So the next up is the Atomic Aspect item sync. So Atomic Aspect item sync is, I don't know much about it, but as far as I know, it reads the aspects of items and sorts them via that. Now I will learn up on more and I will do an update on that and I will get you more information because it doesn't give you information. Next one up is the enchantment item sync. Any tools or items that have an enchantment that you specify in the GUI will go to it first. And then you have the enchantment item sync Mark II, which is basically the same thing, but it works a bit better. Okay. So let's just get rid of these. We'll go into a mod there and we'll just do that because I don't want the glasses disappearing. Right, so up next we have the passive supplier mod item sync, or the passive supplier module, I should say, sorry. Okay, so this is basically, say you have engines. Okay, say you have engines that run off coal, and you have the pipes set up to them, you want them to be constantly filled with coal. Basically, that's what the passive supplier module does. It supplies the destination that you have specified for it with coal, or with the item that you've specified for it to supply. And it can work with any item as long as the area that you're supplying it actually takes that item, or whatever. You know, it could be a chest that you want, right? I want a stack of obsidian, or I want obsidian always in this chest so I know it's there, I can get it when I need it. That type of thing. That's how it works. Right. So that's the passive supplier module. Now, I neglected to show you the recipes of these. I'm sorry, I'll show you them real quickly there now. Item sync is 2 green dye, an iron gear, 2 redstone, and blank module. And the iron gear would, you guess it, is the exact same as the cobblestone and the sticks, except for it's a stone gear in the middle and iron around it in the same fashion. Or you can do it with 2 green dye and a redstone chipset, which is actually more costly and more time consuming because you have to wait for the chipset, where here you can just do it off the bat. Now that is, you know, that might be a bit cheaper actually. Yeah, like that's a bit cheaper, to be honest. It's just more time consuming, but I don't go with it. Alright, so for all these upgrades you will need an item sync module to upgrade them. So this one you can do with a gold gear, same idea. Iron gear, 4 gold in the shape. Okay? So the item sync module, as you saw, it needs it. So it's an item sync and a gold gear, and you get the mod based item sync, or it's the golden chipset and the item sync. Okay? Or directory one is the book and the mod based item sync. So there you go. The atomic one is every single type of the atomic crystal, or sorry, no, I'm wrong. Air, earth, water, and fire shards from Thaumcraft. 3 redstone, redstone iron chipset, and a blank module. Then you got the enchantment, so it's an enchanted book, and it is an item sync. And then the Mark II is a golden chipset, or a golden gear with the enchantment sync module. Okay, guys? So that's that. And the passive supplier, I'll show you the crafting recipe of that. So it's 2 red rows, or red saplings, or whatnot. An iron gear, 2 redstone, and a blank module. Or you can go with the chipset and get it as well. Okay? So, next up we have the extractor module. Now the extractor module works in the same fashion. I don't know, is there an extractor Mark II? I could have sworn. Okay, that is meant to be there. Don't know why it's over here. Anyway, never mind. I'll sort that out in a minute. Anyway, the extractor module does exactly what it says. Whatever pipe it is connected to, it will extract from that pipe. Now, say you have 2 chests like that, and you have the pipe in the center, but you want it to pull from this chest and not this chest. You can basically tell it that. You can say, right, I want you to pull from the left, not the right. So it'll pull from the left only, and it'll leave the right one alone. Okay, so that is really cool for the extractor module. The different tiers of the extraction module are basically the speed of it. So this one will extract an item every 2 seconds, I think. I could be wrong. Yeah, I might be wrong on those times, but I do know that it is the speed. Where the other extractor modules here, which I'll go through now, are like there's an advanced version, and then there's the upgrades to this version here. Um, so the advanced one, I think you can tell what you want it to pull out. So the extractor module is 2 blue dye, iron gear, blank module, and 2 redstone, or the chipset, as I said before. Now I'm not going to be saying that all the time because it's there. Now I just go through these ones. Okay, so the advanced, no, we'll go through the Mark II. Extractor Mark II is a gold gear and the extractor module. Okay, and that increases the speed of it. And then the Mark III is a diamond gear, iron or gold gear with 4 diamond, and the extractor module Mark II to make the Mark III. Okay, so there those, and they increase the speed. Now the advanced ones. Yeah, okay. Okay, here we go. So the advanced ones are an extractor module with a bit of redstone, and as I am told, it allows you to tell the thing what you want it to actually, pull out. But we'll test it in a minute. So these basically do the same, the upgrades, so it's the speed as well. Okay. So that's that dealt with. So now we have the next one. So the polymorphic item sync. So the polymorphic item sync, I will basically just show you the recipe now, but I will show you the actual workings of it when we get over there. So I'll show you the recipe now. So it's 2 orange dye, iron gear, oops, sorry. 2 orange dye, iron gear, 2 redstone, and a blank module. Okay, and as I said, I'll show you that because it's better to explain it and show it to you over on the actual system than it is to explain it off the bat. The quick sort, I'll do the same with the polymorphic as well. So 2 blue dye, diamond gear, blank module, and 2 redstone. Okay, and as I said, I'll explain that momentarily. The glasses, because I seem to have lost those. So now the terminus. The terminus is pretty cool. I'll explain this one. The terminus is the purple dye, the iron gear, 2 redstone, and a blank module. Now the terminus basically, what it is it's a deletion module. Say you have in your system, you have 2 chests dedicated to, say, cobblestone and metal. Okay, so 1 for cobblestone, 1 for metal. And say you're thinking to yourself, right, I only need that certain amount of metals or that certain amount of cobblestone. I don't need anything more than that because that's just crazy. That's insane unless I'm a builder, right? So you don't need that many stuff. So the terminus module, that's where that comes in, right? You can basically tell the terminus module, right, work as a trash bin. Anything that when it fills its destination place, tell it to come to you. So it will basically fill up its chest primarily, and then the terminus will kick in and say, right, your destination is filled, the piping system has nowhere else for you to go, come to me. Alright, so that's pretty cool. It basically acts like a trash bin, so, you know. Right, and I went through those, the entity item frames. Oh, sorry, no. Provider. Provider module basically works in tangent with the logistics request table and this logistics crafting table. But it basically looks inside the chest and says, right, I have this stuff, I can provide this stuff to you. And the Mark II is the exact same. But I think it gives you extra items, although it might respond faster when you're requesting stuff. But what I'll do is I'll shove that one in the back. Right, so that's 2 blue dye, gold gear, blank module, and 2 redstone. And then this one is diamond gear, and then the lower down version of it, which is the provider module. Okay? That back up there. Or quick sorts, everything. Right, so onto the pipes now. The pipes are pretty cool. Now, I know I haven't gone through Buildcraft, which I probably should have, but I got requested to do this. Buildcraft, this kind of still depends on Buildcraft. But I would assume since it's independent now, it adds in its own, like it adds in the Buildcraft pipes, so you can create the Buildcraft pipes. I would assume anyway. Um, I never actually used this without Buildcraft because it's cool to have both of them. Right, so this is the basic logistics pipe. Now you need this pipe in order to craft every single other type of pipe. It's the same with the blank module. It requires everything. Okay, so the basic logistics pipe is basically your routing system for everything. Okay, so that is 2 glass, a redstone torch, 2 cobblestone transport pipes, a diamond transport pipe, and a redstone chipset, or you can go with the golden gear. And you get 8 of them for that one section of stuff, because you get 8 of the cobblestone pipes when you craft one. So I suppose they're following the same suit. And yeah, I don't know if they're true or not. I wouldn't say they are. But anyway, these are basically the building blocks of your system. You use these to connect up stuff that isn't, connected to a chest or an inventory or something like that. So yeah. Now, it is pretty, expensive for these. So I'm gonna show you a shortcut in a minute that you can actually use with these. So stay tuned for that because it is pretty interesting. So here is the request logistics pipe, right? And then the tier above it, which is the more advanced one. And then, so this one basically connects to your system and works like this over here. This thing. So this is the request pipe. This is what it shows you. You type in the item you want, blah blah blah. It pops up, and then you select the amount of items. If you have a scroll bar, you can do that, or you can just do that. Doesn't matter. It's faster, whatever. But yeah, and then just request it. So right, so now we got the request one here. So it's a iron gear and a gold gear and a basic logistics pipe, as I said. Okay, and then that basically this one, in order to use it, you have to have a wrench, right? It could be a buildcraft wrench or it could be a terminal expansion wrench. Doesn't matter, right? But you need that to work it. Okay. Now with the tier up, you don't. Okay, so the tier up, you just need your hand. That's basics. Okay. And I don't think, yeah, apparently it gives you this option as well, but I don't know what it does. I never used it. I've only seen it there now. This is my first time seeing that. But yeah, that's the request one. So the advanced one. So that's the diamond gear, request pipe, and redstone. Okay. So that is that. Next up we have the provider logistics pipe. Now, if you don't want to make the module, right? Anyway, if you don't want to make a module, you can use. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by. Yeah, there we go. Right. Okay. So if you don't want to make the module, I'm sorry. You make the pipe, which works in tangent the same. It provides whatever is in the chest, but you can't do advanced systems like sorting the stuff that is being provided into that chest. You can't do that because it only does what it says, provide the stuff that's in the chest. So you have to manually put it in. So these are kind of a pain. These are kind of in the distance. They're not used that much. But yeah, so that's a gold gear, logistics, and 2 redstone, and then the advanced one is basically the pipe and then a gold gear or a diamond gear. Sorry. Okay, so next up we have the crafting logistics pipe. These work in tangent with these, so they work in tangent with those for auto crafting. So that is the logistics pipe, redstone, and a gold gear. So basically, what this is, you open this up. It's GUI up. Just get this, and you put inside the crafting table, right? I'll show you quickly. Fuck it, why not? Alright, so inside the crafting table, let's just get something. Right. So 8 wooden planks, you get a chest, right? But how do I get that in here so that the pipe knows I want to craft a chest? All you do, right, is basically you click import. There you go. It pulls from the chest or it pulls from the crafting table if the crafting table has a recipe built into it. Therefore, it's much easier to automate and get your stuff done faster. Oh, excuse me. Why do I always do these when I'm tired? Alright, the satellite is basically for building a quarry or something like that. Say you want to build 3 quarries that you want to have fast building and stuff. The satellite pipe which you have to make basically routes the pickaxes to another section where the chest can actually, or where the crafting table can actually still read them from. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so that's that. Hopefully that ensures. Right, so the crafting is that and that. Gold gear, crafting logistics pipe, and redstone, and then the redstone, and then the stone gear. Okay. Next up we have the satellite, which as I said works in tune with it. It basically routes whatever stuff to it, and all you have to do is basically put an ID here and then go on here and put the ID there, which that has to be connected there. Sorry. In order to actually set the ID, and then all you do is instead of putting the pickaxe into these, you put it in there, and then it will go to the satellite pipe ID number 1, and yeah, you'll be done. Right, so now you have a supplier logistics pipe, right? Supplier items to keep stocked, right? Bulk 50. So it's in request mode, infinite, different settings that you can have. So it's the items to keep stocked, right? So this is basically a chest of some sort. So any item you put in there, it'll keep the inventory that's connected to it supplied with the amount of item that you want in there. Okay? So it'll keep that chest stocked with that. These work great for Minecraft shops or something like that, that you need to keep that area stocked with that much item or certain item that you're selling or whatnot. It's just, that's just great. Now these are the chassis pipes. Oh, sorry, didn't show you the recipe. So this logistics pipe and 2 redstone. Okay, just get rid of all this. I know I'm going to need the crescent hammer again. So the logistics Mark 1 is basically the ones where you can combine multiple pipe traits into one. Now the Mark 1 allows you to only see one trait, right? Where the other ones can be upgraded, but you need all of these to upgrade up the line. So, now the best ones are Mark 5s, which allow you to have that many. Jeez, 8 traits in them, so that's pretty cool, right? So you can have that set up. You can basically set them up so they all work the same. There's no difference in speed or anything. They have no speed. It's just the different amount of traits you can have in the pipe. Okay, so over here in this system I have the Mark 5s being used. Over here now is the remote order system. So say you're over in your Thaumcraft room, right? And you want say earth shards from your system, okay? But you don't want to be running all the way back and then activating the pipe to get the earth shards. You want it so that when you go back, the earth shards are there and ready for you to grab and run again. So grab and go. This is what this does. So you connect this up to your system, right? You get a remote. Oh, sorry, that's cobblestone. So you get a remote and you get this pipe, you connect it up to the system, you right click the remote with this, and it will request it to that chest. So it's really cool. You can keep one of these on handy, a chest and the remote order, and it will pull you straight to your items. So I cannot actually, Yeah. Um, okay. Yeah, but basically right click this to the remote orderer and it syncs it with that order or that logistic system. So then when you go around clicking on other pipes, you can request stuff and all that. You know, it's pretty cool. Um, so that's that, and I'll show you the recipes to these. So it's 4 glass, 2 diamond gears, or 4 glass and chipsets. Blah blah blah. Remote order is a ender pearl, um, basic logistics pipe, and a redstone. Okay. So next up we have the inventory system connector. So this basically what this does, this connects, say you have your friend's logistics there, your logistics there, right? And he has loads of different auto crafting stuff and you couldn't be bothered making them and you want to ask him, right, can I use your auto crafting stuff from your logistics space? And he says yes, but he doesn't want to be connecting it so that um his stuff flows into your crafting. He wants to keep his system separate, but he wants to share with you his auto crafting. So, in order to do that, these 3 pipes come in system with it, right? So these 3 pipes are basically the destination, the entrance, right? And they're pretty cool. So these work in twine. So you have your entrance there, have your entrance there, you have your connector there, and then you would have 2 logistics pipe there connecting up the full system, right? So these pipes, I'll explain all these 3 pipes that you need to know about in Twine. So these pipes, ignore the order. Um, so the middle one is the connector. So as I said, it connects his system to your system, allowing you to use his stuff and him to use yours, etc. All that. And then these 2 here basically tell the system, right, I want these items to enter, I want these items to exit. I don't want them to go in and out, right? And this one basically is used in Twine with these. So you need to have this setup and that setup. So you want that there, you want that there, and then you get an ID card for these and you put them in, say you get your individual ID card for that one, put it in there along with the ID card for that one and put it in there, and then the same here, right? So these allow whatever items you tell in the ID card to come through the system, right? If you say, right, I want, nothing to come through, you just leave the thing blank and it will not flow into your system. Same via him, okay? And then that's basically how you work them. So the crafting recipes are an ender pearl, 2 redstone dust, and a logistics pipe for that. And that is the logistics inventory system connector. Then you have the remote oh, sorry, not wrong. I already showed you that. Logistics system entrance pipe, which is a green cactus dye or a green dye in any general, and the provider logistics pipe. Then you have this logistics system destination pipe, which is a redstone or sorry, a red dye with a provider. I would assume yes, provider. And then you have oh yeah, there you go. That's everything. Right. So that is that system set up. Next up we have the crafting logistics pipe Mark III, and why is there 2 of them? Why are they not over there? I thought I turned this off. Oh, I turned it off for me. That makes more sense. Right, okay. Basically the crafting does the exact same as the one over there, so I'm not going to explain them. But I should have actually showed you the recipe, sorry. Hold on. I get those back. Alright, there you go. The recipe is a nano hopper, chipset, and a logistics crafting pipe Mark II with a piece of iron. So it does the exact same, just a little bit faster. Okay? So, with all the pipes and stuff explained and hopefully understood, I'm going to move on to a little system here that I have and show you a couple of the modules that I said I would show you and the little trick that I've learned. Okay, so we'll just get, what do we get? And we get the gold. Okay, so let's move these in here to my hopper so I have them handy. Now I've already preset this up a little bit so you can see. So in here I have a polymorphic item sync. As I explained to you, I will explain clearly now how it works. So basically what the polymorphic item sync does is whatever pipe it is connected to and whatever chest that pipe is connected to, it basically uses the pipe to look into the chest, and it looks inside the chest and it says to itself, right, I can see, let's for example take cobblestone, stone and stone bricks in this chest, right? I can see that I have those three different items inside that chest, right? I will only uh, allow that item to come into this chest if it is flowing through the system. Now you can always override that and you can always say, right, I want this item sync to, put it in and all that. But primarily, the polymorphic looks inside the chest and says to the system that it's connected to, any of this certain item that's flowing through the system, please send it to me. I am where it's meant to go. So send it to me if you see it flowing through the system, right? And that's how that is set up. So just out of experience, I explain it later. I'll show you how it actually does it. It's pretty cool. So next we have a logistics pipe mark chassis mark 5. So in here I've set up an extractor mark 2 and a quicksort. As I said, I would explain the quicksort. So the quicksort basically looks at the system, it looks into the chests and it says, okay, are the items that are in this chest in my system? If they're in my system, I'm going to quickly sort them to everything that they are meant to go to. Right, so it looks at polymorphics, it looks at item syncs, it looks at mod item syncs, it looks at all of those different syncs, and it says, right, do I have this item to put somewhere, or do I have somewhere to put this item? Um, so that's pretty cool, you know. It runs everything through pretty fast, gets it all done as fast as you can possible. So, and then the extractor is for if it doesn't have a place, but you have a miscellaneous chest. Yes, Lorcan, if you're watching this, I said it right this time. um, So it has a miscellaneous chest. Your system, if it does have one, the extractor will basically help the items that don't have a place to be sorted along to that section. Because the quick sort, as I said, it looks at the polymorphics and the item syncs, but it doesn't fully look at the item syncs. It looks primarily at the polymorphics. So it won't pull stuff out if it doesn't have a place to go. So yeah, just for notice. Okay. So now with the quicksort explained, what I'll show you is show you this quickly, right? So in here, all right, I rotated that. In here, there we go. I'll just put, uh, I'll just put one piece of grass block. Okay. Then, um, then I will basically put all of this into this chest momentarily, and then you'll see that the quicksort will basically fling it all into this chest as fast as, quickly and all that. So here we go. There you go. See, it didn't even think. Didn't even think. It just shoved it all straight in there really quickly. And then all the grass blocks are in here, all sorted. Okay. So now I'm going to show you as well, right? If it doesn't have a place to go. So we'll just take stone, right? So grass is in there. Any item you want sorted is in here. Anything item you don't know where to put is in there. So we'll just put stone. See, the stone, the extractor is putting it. The polymorphic is set up here as well, right? And you may have seen there was one piece of stone, there was two pieces, three pieces, and then there was a big bulk. Right, I'll show you that again just in case you missed it. Take it out of here. Watch. 1, 2, 3, bulk. Okay? So that means, right, that the extractor was doing its job. It was pulling it out and putting it to the place where I've set up an item sync in here so that it basically pulls anything that doesn't have a place to go into that chest. So it was doing its job until the quicksort constantly scans, you see, until the quicksort saw that the polymorphic was asking for stone. So then it said, okay, send all the stone to me, please. So it sent all the stone and it got it all done. Alright, so it's all sorted through the system and all the stone that I put in is gone in there. Alright, so now I'm going to show you the glasses since I've explained all that sort of stuff. So I'll take off my helmet and I'll put my glasses on. I look fancy. I look like I'm sunbathing. But anyway. Right, as you can see straight away I walked up to my logistics and I have that system right there. I don't know if you go far enough away. Yeah, so you need to be this far away in order to not see them, which is kind of buggy. All you need to do is basically take it off. So here you can see that you can basically nothing to display. It's basically a massive GUI auto smart system where you can nothing to display. What can I display? Show this one maybe? Yeah, let's see, there we go. Default, yes, so default means default route. So it will send, if anything doesn't have a place, it sends it there. So that's the pre-information that I said to you. That's pretty cool. So they're the glasses. You can quickly sort them without needing to have a wrench, or view them and edit them. I think I don't know if you can edit them. I'm sorry, no, I don't think you can. We'll try, shall we? No, you can't edit them, which is unfortunate. Yeah, that's pretty much that. The glasses are coming off now because they wrecked my head. But anyway, I'm going to show you the item sync now. So the item sync comes with this little exclamation mark for editing stuff. Once you put it in, as I said before, you can tell it, right, any items that are listed in this section up here, I want to come to me first. Alright, the default route is for everything. So by default, that's what you're looking for at by default. Alright, if you click the default route to yes, it will basically ignore this system up here and it'll say anything that doesn't have a place to go, come to me first. Alright, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, so if I put stone in here and I tick that off, right, and then I get, let's go to logistics, let's get another item sync, put that in there, and we say, take the polymorphic out and we put the item sync in only, and we just put that as default, yes. Okay, now that's requesting stone. Okay, as I said, stone doesn't know where to go, or it shouldn't at least, there we go, so it doesn't know where to go. See? Now that is saying anywhere that I do not have a place to go, bring to me first. Alright? But stone had a place to go. So it brought it there. Yeah, but guys, alright? So that basically sorted everything. Well, I don't need everything, I just need those two. Right? So those, they're really good. That system. Now I'm going to show you this thing back here. As I said, it runs off of RF or MJ or EU. Basically, as you can see, this is the powered version of the pipes if they're all powered up, and that's the depowered version. So that's the logistics pipes without any power. That's it with power. So you know if it's working or not. Okay. Now, in order to give power to your logistics pipes, we recommend that you put a basic logistics pipe instead of putting, say, a chassis pipe, because it might try and do stuff to the actual logistics system. So yeah. So yeah, guys. Right now, I'm going to show you the little trick that I was saying that is less costly and stuff. So say you have systems here, right? And say you have chests here. Now let's go a little bit more on distance. Right? Now, you want... Now I'm just going to say that these are chassis pipes, right? You have chassis pipes here. But say you have a massive, large system, right? You can connect your systems up via buildcraft pipes. And I'll prove it to you. Watch. Stick that, stick that. There you go. See? Break the connection. Pipe runs out of power. Reconnect it. Pipe goes power again. So you can connect these up via buildcraft pipes which are a lot cheaper. They're only one piece of glass and two of the type of material that you want the pipe to be made out of. So it's really cool. It's a lot cheaper. So say say you have this, right? Say you have that for I'll just come out here. Right, so you have that for the actual your system, right? Once I connect up here, connect there, they're all getting power, right? That's cool via power. But the system is not linked. Right? The system's not linked, so it doesn't know what to look at because it doesn't know when it comes to the crossroad, it doesn't know which direction to look in for its default route or whatnot. So everything will get conjumbled and just get messed up and you won't actually be able to see anything. But there's an easy fix to this. All you have to do is just have a logistics pipe in the middle and now it's all smart again. It's all fixed, it's all done, everything's perfect, it's working. And I know this is still a bug because I'm still using it, right? I don't know if it's a bug, it might be a bug, but it might not be as well. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, I hope you liked this tutorial. If you did, please give it a like. If you didn't,